everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you all are having a great day today. I feel like I have a scale problem. If we turn on Mini-HUD, we can see the circle that was the city center that I was planning on building. And this skyscraper feels way too big from where I'm standing out in the suburbs. I'm hoping that that's not the case. I mean, obviously, it does take up a large portion of our city, but I think we have a decent amount of area to work with here. So, I'm hoping that it will be alright. We will make it work. And I guess I forget, I'm filling all of this in, so, yeah, so that will probably even out as we go along. So the plan for today, the plan is I have no plan. I'm not really sure where to go next with this project, just because there are so many different directions we could take it. I was toying around with calling this episode the boring episode because it's the episode where we just place a whole bunch of wool blocks for future planning, which honestly is probably a good portion of what we do today, but well, hopefully we'll get to building something. So, I think I need to just start by placing some blocks. And the blocks that I'm going to place are this ring that we have going on out here that is defining my city, because I think that will be a good place to just kind of get a frame of reference. And then maybe we'll start marking out some neighborhoods, some future projects, and things like that. So, yeah. Let me go place a ring of wool. Gonna need a lot of wool. Make a circle. A big, big circle. Alright, so we now have an actual physical circle for our city center. All done. So I think the next thing that I want to do is map out the area so that we have a nice top-down visual representation of what we're working with. I think that will be easier to plot out some things we want. I think what I'm also going to do is, I might start taking down some of these mountains here, but I'd like to fix our shoreline here in terms of what we are going to fill in, so that we have more land to work with. So, yeah, so let me do a little bit of that. I'm going to go ahead and get some maps done and fill this part in. I don't know if there's anything over here that we really need to worry about right now. I mean, obviously, all of these little water features we will probably fill in. Not sure what I want to do about this lake that's going to run under the city. Not lake, river. Because it does look like this runs through the whole area. So, what we might do, honestly, is we might divert it so that it comes and meets up over here. That's probably the best thing to do with that, because I don't think you would want a river running under a city. I know it's done in some places, but this is the city of the future. We'll just move the river. Alright, let me get some work done, and I will be back in a little bit. Welcome back. We have a map. I started with a 4x4, had to expand it to a 5x5 to really cover the area that we need. So obviously, massive area that we are going to be working with here. But, yeah, I think this gives us a fairly good frame of reference for things that we want to do. So, as we start planning, I have a whole bunch of signs, because you know what that means. project board. All right, I think it always is helpful to organize thoughts at the beginning of a large-scale project like this. So we're going to do a little of that together, and then I'll probably do a little bit of planning in terms of where things are going to go, but we're not going to get into too much today. So I went back and looked at the video that I took of the Progress City model, and basically what it looks like is we have several neighborhoods that it's divided to. There's like a main road that kind of goes in and out of the city. So we are going to, kind of use that as the jumping off point for everything. So let's go with main road. And then I would think probably looking at this map, I'm thinking we could have a neighborhood up here, one over here, another in this area, another here. So maybe like 4 different neighborhoods that we can work on. So let's go for residential. I can type. Okay. I want to do a beach resort. And that is going to include a recreation of Disney's Contemporary Resort. We need a power plant. I have plans for that. So that is something that will be done. And we need, for sure, an amusement park. So those are the main things that we're going to need. And then everything else from there is just going to be kind of buildings that we'll put in the areas. So I guess maybe let's make another row of things that we want. So obviously houses, schools, churches, office buildings, shopping centers. I'm trying to think what else we might need. So, yeah, okay. Well, this is a start. And then I think what I want to do, so we can name banners and have them show up on the map. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some banners and just kind of dot around basic ideas for what we want in various different places around here. So let me get some of those placed, and then I'll show you what I've got. Map has been updated, and of course, with how things are on YouTube, I'm sure you can clearly see all the changes that have been made. I can barely see them on my screen. So, problem. With the way the map is oriented, north is this way. Well, all of our text shows up as though the map were oriented in the north, so everything on here is upside down. And of course, I've named all the maps so that it was easier to keep track of them as I was updating, so when you get close, you get the map name. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So, yeah, but so here's what we have. So we've got our neighborhoods there. I did not realize, looking at the map, that this was the swamp. The grass doesn't change based on your biome, so there's that. And then up here, we've got our other neighborhood. This is the taiga forest, but I think this might be a good place for our amusement park. We have our other neighborhood here to the south of the city. Our power plant is going to be out here, and then our beach resort over there. I actually realized this map doesn't go far enough, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue. And it is marked on there, but it's very hard to see, so we're going to take a little bit of a fly, and I will show you what I have started marking out as far as territory goes. So we have, I'm thinking 3 main spoke roads, since the design of the city is going to be hub and spoke. So 1 to the north, 1 to the west, and 1 to the south. Over here I have marked out the path where we're going to divert the river and have it join back up here. And then, last but not least, we have our road being marked out to the south. And I'm kind of thinking possibly, at least for like the western half of the city, maybe a road that kind of goes all around the outside. I don't know. Terrain could be an issue with that. So that is one of those things that we're going to have to play around with as we continue to develop the city. So, I don't know where to start. And the problem is because of all the videos I recorded last week, I don't have a ton of time for this episode. So, I think what I'm going to do is take like, I don't know, an hour, maybe 2, and just start to do a little bit of preliminary work on some very basic terraforming. So, filling in the water, clearing out all of these little puddles that we have around here, maybe starting to clear some forest. I haven't decided if I want to leave some of the dark oak forest here and work around it, or just clear everything and then put it back when I'm done. So, yeah, I mean, we'll certainly have to clear out areas for the roads and for the river. Also, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this river over here. We might just cut this off and not have it be a river, because I think it comes from there. But I'm planning to fill that in, and I'm honestly planning to essentially have, you know, the beach curve around here. Possibly meet up with this desert over here, I'm not sure. So, I didn't realize that I had 2 deserts right next to each other. So, yeah, because our industrial district is right over here. Not sure what I'm going to do about the shulker farm, because, I mean, you can kind of see it from over here. So I don't know if I'm going to leave that, or, I mean, it was a lot of work to build, so I don't know that I want to rebuild it, or maybe I'll just run it for like a week straight and then tear it down, because that should be enough shulker boxes to last for years. I mean, I think as it is, I still have like 6 stacks of shells, so, yeah, all right. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of terraforming. I will, try not to type in chat and change my viewpoint. I will attempt to time-lapse it, but we all know how well the last one went. Alright, here we go. progress has been made. It doesn't look like we made a lot of progress, but we're definitely starting on getting things filled in. There's going to be a long way to go on these terraforming projects, especially for what I have in mind for next episode, which is going to involve this corner up here. But I've been thinking a little bit more about what I want to do as far as terrain, and I think that I'm probably going to end up clearing most, if not all, of this forest out, but I think I'm going to leave this forest over here so that we do have some natural area left over. This area here I'm going to fill in basically around this little river here. We'll leave the island. Might get rid of the little island here. We'll have to see. But I think I will leave this lake as a feature of something that we can use. And I thought that I had another thought on something. But now I don't remember what it was. So, yeah. So, I definitely... I have some very grand, large-scale ideas for things that I want to work on this season. Not things that may be practical to start working on for the next episode. But, yeah, I'm excited to share things as we progress into this season. I'm excited to expand my areas of expertise when it comes to building. So, yeah, you have all that to look forward in the coming weeks and months. If you're new to this channel, and we've had a whole bunch of new subscribers lately, so welcome. I promise episodes are more exciting than this. What did we do today? We made a map, and we filled in some puddles. No, we will definitely get to more in future episodes. But we have a start, and... yeah, I have a plan for the next episode, and I actually have time to work on the next episode. So, yeah. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe, and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. So we can stay up to date on my posts, so you can stay up to date on my posts. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.